So hey friends, I'm doing a quick day in the life. I'm going around and I'm showing you my podcast, how I'm interviewing. I'm showing you painting on pants. I'm showing you how I shipped just one item today, how I took some photos, and how I prepared my coffee this morning. So come along with me for my journey. Hey friends, so today I decided to do a little day in the life. It may be short, it may be long, we'll see. So I start the morning off. Today, it is Friday, April 17th, and I got out of bed a little late because I didn't go to bed till late, and I just couldn't sleep. I don't know what it was. And so I slept in a little bit. I didn't get moving around till about 9:30, and of course, coffee. That is a must. I start coffee, and then I start preparing because I had 11 a.m. interview this morning, and this was an interview that gotten canceled. I had to cancel it a couple times, and then we reconnected, and then we sat for an hour, talked, chatted through Zoom, and I think I accidentally hit something, and then it didn't convert. And so I reached out to Zoom, and I guess they're so busy they never got back to me because they can, fix the file, but they never got back to me like after several emails. So I contacted the person, and we were set to interview. So you'll see a little bit of that. Like, you won't see her, but you'll hear me talking a little bit. And so you can see just kind of how I sit and interview. I have a portable table where my laptop sits on, and I can just move it out of the way, pull it in front of me. It's like so cool. I love my office. As you can see, it's so colorful and fun that I can do just about anything in there. And so I took some photos today. That's what I'm doing. And so many of you know me. You know how I start off my morning with some coffee. I should be setting it so it's ready when I get up, but these days I've been sleeping in a little bit more. So I come down in the morning and I start my coffee. And here's my coffee maker. This is my brand new Mr. Coffee maker right here. I'm so excited. My other one was dying, so I made sure I ordered another one, and then I donated the other one. It probably was like a few weeks away from going dying on me, but I wanted to make sure, especially since I'm, on quarantine, to make sure I had my coffee maker and at least some things that I enjoy. So here's my coffee area. This is not my mug. It just happened to be here, but I wanted to show you that I start off my day with a fresh cup of coffee. I do have a grinder, but I don't use it as often as I would like to. But I have to get back to that. I was just talking to my father yesterday, and he told me his routine where he gets up and he grinds his coffee. And I think I'm going to get back to that. So I'm going to drink my coffee, and then I'll get back to you. I'm seeing I'm seeing some traffic and some sales come through. So I'm happy about that. But I need to do a little bit more digging, and really, honestly, it's funny because I have a marketing degree. And you think that I know how to work some marketing. No, it's difficult now. Marketing degree back in 2008 is not the same marketing degree for 2020. Right. It's like social media is really popping. Everything is done online. I was learning more so about grassroots marketing. So I need to really just kind of dip back into that marketing world and really like understand it and dig it, get into some seminars, some webinars. That's what I really try to do. I try to listen to some really good influencers that have podcasts and that give good insight on how to market. But I want to say, Okay, so this is a sell I made on Macari. Look, puzzles are selling. I put this on Macari months ago. And all I did was just go in and reactivate some of my listings that were already on there. I literally haven't been listing anything new. And this is a big... So now this is like what I do for a portion of the day. Today is Friday, so I will sit on, I'm on Instagram right now, and I just happened to land on Ivy and Blush Bottega's page, where she was just talking about breaking news, how she just started her Instagram page. So I'm gonna shout out to my girl Daniela, the Chronicles of a Reseller. And I just released a podcast episode, season 2, episode 56. Look at her. That's Margaret, and she's Hello September. She's September and Spring on Instagram and Hello September on Poshmark. So I just released that. So I just got finished like editing and releasing the post to my Instagram pages and doing all my promotion. And now on Fridays, what I do every Friday is I start going through Instagram and looking for potential people to interview. I do that because I love finding like people that I've never met who don't know me. It's always surprising to people. Like, look, a lot of different people are like starting to paint. I've been painting a lot, so people are painting, which is wonderful. With the shorts and everything, that's beautiful. I love it. So this is what I do. I go in and I search, and sometimes I just put in like hashtag reseller and look for different people, or I just go right on the normal feed, and if I see packages or something, I'll go in, pick someone, and just kind of scroll a little bit through their Instagram page just to kind of get an idea. Basically introduce myself to people in my head that I would potentially like to have. It's not about the big reseller. It's not about the small reseller. I think it's about anyone who can tell a story. And that's what happens in so many communities. You have to be like the top person. In the beginning of my podcast journey, so many people told me no. And I don't want no to distract people, and it didn't distract me or deter me. I think it's really important to hear everyone's story. So that's what I started doing. Like, so I'm going to stop here and I see someone's packages, and I'll go through their Instagram feed. Now, this person only has 157 followers, but it was something about this person that made me stop. She's got bags of clothes that she got from people. She reached out to the community, and it's like, oh my gosh, it has to be about 10 trash bags of things that people gave her. So this is a person that would probably interest me. So I just kind of take my pen and I write down so that I don't forget. And I try to contact about 10 people, because at least half of those people will say no or won't get back to me. So this is what I do. That's part of what I do on Instagram. And then I scroll through the regular feed because I just want to catch up and see what the community's doing. Like Vasquez Vintage, they're talking about like zinc supplements that they're taking. And so this is how I find out what's going on in the community. Pick and Roll, Steve, he headed out to Lowe's today. I love his mask. And yeah, Glitterwell talks about something. Just because it doesn't sell fast doesn't mean it doesn't sell well. So this is what I love. I think if you really use Instagram and social media the correct way, you can be successful. It's really important to think about how you use it and try not to get overwhelmed. I try not to intake, excuse me, a lot, because I don't get depressed, but it could bother me. It just depends on what people are putting out. Yes, we're dealing with a challenging time right now, but I don't want to make it my challenging time. So I try not to ingest a whole lot. Like then I see somebody's beautiful packages. Look at, she put a nice like sunflower. So this is the stuff I like to see, and this is what I do as part of my day. If people don't understand, this is how I educate myself. This is one of my favorite people. Mommy hasn't showered. She's doing TikTok here. I love it. and stack of dishes and different things. I think she has a blended family like me. It's like she has 5 or 6 children, so that's really pretty cool. And yeah, so this is what I do. And then I go in and I make sure that I check to make sure if anyone commented. I try to respond to all my comments. I try to check all my DMs so that I don't miss anything. Check all my communities. I have a couple chats that I participate in. And so I do this a couple times a day. If I have a day off, this may sit on my lap all day. And if I decide I want to go on, this is what I do. And then let me see if I can do this, hey, without messing up now. And so then what I do is, here is my Poshmark closet, and this stays on. So if I want to share my closet, like here's my reseller boxes, and I keep those at the top so that whoever comes to my closet, they can check it out. And if, so if I decide I just want to share my closet a little bit, I will. And that way I'm not overwhelmed. So this is basically what I do for some of the time. Sitting in my chair here, and this is my office. And yeah, that's me. Okay, so another thing that I like to do is to watch television. This is the cool thing, as you can see, about being in my office. I'm in the chair behind the camera, and I like to watch television. This right here is Prime. I have Prime, Netflix, and Hulu. This is a smart TV that Thomas purchased 2 years ago when I moved into this office space because I wanted it to be kind of like a lounge. Will say I've been watching TV since I was young. I love television, and until it goes away or I go away, I'm going to watch as much as I want. And so sometimes it just plays in the background. Now, I love a lot of British mysteries, so I just turned the TV on, so that's why it's just kind of sitting at the Prime landing area. But I right now am watching like PBS Masterpiece. I just got finished watching Poldark. And what else did I watch? I watched a show called Collision that came up. And I watched, there's Collision right there. And I watched Vanish by the Lake, which was really good. I didn't realize it until I started watching it that it was in French, but it was such a good storyline. And I actually had to watch it because other times it could play in the background while I'm doing some other things. But this is what I do for some of my time. I really like television. I like a show. I don't like a show that only comes on once a week. We had that years ago where you had to wait every Thursday. So I like the streaming now that we have, because I can pull a show on Netflix and just watch the whole season. Like when Frankie and Grace comes on, Grace and Frankie, which I love, on Netflix, that comes on, I can sit and watch the whole thing and then be disappointed until the next season comes on because I'm sad that it's over with. So this is part of what I do for my day. Okay, so I've been painting jeans. If you don't know, I've been painting jeans and distressed shorts. And I do that more so as therapy. I showed you probably earlier some flowers that I make on the wall and some completed projects. Let me see. I actually just finished these. Now the shorts I already had. Last year I distressed them, cut them from jeans, and I had some left over, so I decided to paint them, right? You can look cute walking around your house. So really quick, I'm going to show you like what I've been doing. I paint between 2 to 5 pairs of items a day, maybe jeans, maybe shorts. And I just take jeans that I already had, like the jeans that I painted last week. It was just a hunch. And I said, you know what? I have tons of paint. Like I have a lot. People ask me that I use acrylic paint, different brands. But like if you shop at Joann's, AC Moore, Michael's, I usually get these two. These are like a no-name brand. This particular brand is Nichols. But there's also Apple Bottom that I use. Not Apple Bottom. Oh my gosh. Apple Bottom's a brand. Let me look down here. I can't find. Now that I'm looking. Oh, Apple and Barrel is another brand. Apple and Barrel is a little bit more expensive. It's probably $1 for the small bottles. These, Thomas, somebody gave these to him, so I have a few bottles of these, which I'm so thankful because I'm running out of the small ones. I like the small ones because they're easy to squeeze out. And these, they were 2 for $1. I had a painting party, a passion sip, and so I had to buy enough paint for everyone. I used this little paint tray. I have a bigger one, but these, I just happened to grab this one. I was going to order these for my paint party. Then I was at the bins one day and found a bag full of these. It was like 20 of them. So that was like perfect. I have tons of brushes because, of course, again, like I said, I paint already. So this is like every kind of brush that you can imagine and, you know, different sizes. So I had everything that I needed. Like, I'm not going to pull the paint up. And then I also started using these little paint markers I found. And I also just ordered some more paint because I was running out. And this is the funny thing. People are home. So paint is really important for like homeschooling parents and families. I had to search all over to find some paint, and I would put it into my shopping cart. And when I went to go pay for it, it was sold out. So it was crazy. So I had to like kind of piece together like paint instead of I had to get like 1 and 2 little bottles like this from like Michael's. They're still shipping from online. So it was crazy. Had gone to Walmart online and put some things into my shopping cart. And as soon as I went to buy it, somebody had purchased them and they were out of order. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. So I'm going to show you really quick. This is basically like kind of like an unedited type of video. So I'm really just going to take, if it'll work, let's see, take my phone and pull it down. There you go. And show you. So I'm going to take this. This is sundown, and I'm only going to show you one flower, just a little bit of, instead of a whole lot. And I just squeeze this into this little area here, see? And then I'm going to take, this is going to be blue, dark blue. And I just squeeze that next to it. And then these are the 2 colors. Here's my brush. It's gotten kind of like a lot of wear, and I usually keep a cup. Just since I'm just doing this as an example, here's all my brushes, and I usually keep a cup of water, and I put here, and then I just put my brushes in there, and then I keep a paper towel so that I can, you know, wipe the brush off. I've been painting for years, so it's just something that I'm kind of used to, and I love the fact that I can paint on, you know, fabric. I'm going to push this up. And it's just simple. I can draw from visual by looking at things. So sometimes I use it as a guide. Like, of course, I can't use this, but like I'll use a butterfly just to kind of eyeball it so I can get an idea of what something looks like. And I might do a butterfly later on these pants. We'll see. But today I'm just going to do a flower. And just a simple flower. My friend Wendy contacted me. She's doing some flower pants, and she was like, "What? I'm not in the lines. It doesn't look perfect." And I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, you want it to be as if it belongs and is part of the jeans. And then also paint something that you would wear. I love bright colors, and I love flowers. And so that's what I paint. I try not to do a whole lot of things that I can't, because I would be lying to myself trying to do something that I can't do, you know, and I've proven that just what I can do is enough. And so just a little circle, that's the middle of the flower. And then here's my blue. And literally all I'm doing is drawing a leaf onto, let me bring this a little closer. That's all I'm doing. Just filling in. That's it. Now, because these pants are dark, I'll come back a second time. But I don't worry about being in the lines. Like, that's the one thing about art, that you don't have to be perfect. So when it comes to art, if you make what you like, it's a little bit different than reselling and checking comps and things. But with art, if you do it what makes you feel good and it sells, keep doing what you do and don't change because of other people. And it's just as simple as that. I'm trying to hold this so you guys can see. And this I'm just kind of doing really fast because I'm kind of showing you. And it's kind of like wrinkled. I should have probably used my steamer. Let's see. Put that back there. There we go. And this is what I do. I just turn it around. And then now I'm going to have to use, I had to put the phone down because I'm filming from my phone. And just to get these wrinkles out, I'm going to hold it. And then the cool thing about, like, if you mess up or you go outside the lines, when you come back again, like I'll come back again later. And I think I'll do, look at that. So that's my flower. And then this is a big flower. It's bigger than I anticipated. Sometimes it just goes on its own. So I'll just fill in a little more yellow. And then I think what I'm going to do is add one more leaf. So I kind of have to turn this around. I usually have more space, but because I'm filming, I'm just working in this tight space real quick. And so I told someone that I did, I think 5 pairs of pants, 3 or 4, 5 pairs of pants. I know I did 1 shorts and 3 pants yesterday. And they were like, oh, you're so fast. But like, look what I just did. And that's my flower. And so for the rest of the day, I'll probably do this. And it relaxes me. And this, I'm facing the window, but later on I'll turn around so that I can have the television going. But I just wanted to show you for the sake of the video.